Why did Bernie lose? You're not going to get any hot takes from me here about the DNC rigged it and took it from Bernie. The establishment robbed Bernie. The reasons people lost are that primarily not enough people wanted him to win and they didn't vote for him, okay? There is no question that if you say, well, the establishment stole it, there's no doubt that moderates in this race, we're talking about Amy and Pete and eventually Michael Bloomberg, they decided at some point, I'm going to get out of the way because I want my support to go to Biden. That's the path forward. They are moderates. They want a moderate. They did what they needed to do to get a moderate in a position to win. You can't deny that. There's no doubt about that. But it's not stealing it from Bernie. It's realizing, hey, there's millions of moderates voting in the Democratic primary. It's an electorate that doesn't want Bernie to win. And they consolidated their support around one candidate, and that candidate was Biden. I would like the Democratic electorate to be more progressive. It's not right now. It's just not. And that's part of why Bernie Sanders lost. Understand, and I know that this is so painful, Bernie only has 30% of the primary vote so far. 30%. Even yesterday, when it was Biden versus Bernie alone, there are states where Bernie barely got 15%. He didn't get, as of right now, even 15% in Mississippi. In some of the other states, Missouri, Michigan, Bernie had 34, 36% in a two-person race. Bernie never polled more than 35% until everyone left the race. And for the most part, was polling 23, 22% for most of this race. We're looking at Bernie's polling now. His highest polling level nationally in the Democratic primary was 23 back in April until candidates started leaving. And even with a two-person race against Biden, Bernie is still only polling 35% right now.
I know.
The corporate media was very wrong. Early on, the corporate media said Bernie can't get to 20.
From the very beginning, his campaign hasn't really grown at all.
They were very wrong. Then the corporate media said Bernie's ceiling is 25 with the Democratic electorate. They were wrong. But there clearly is a ceiling.
Just in denial of it.
Bernie, even in a two-person race, is getting as little as 15% in some states and just never polled more than 23 until the race emptied out and it was him versus Biden. We've got to wake up, guys. This sucks. I get it. The Democratic Party isn't that progressive. Joe Biden is not going to put in the progressive policies that I would like to see put in there. But the DNC establishment doesn't need to steal it from someone who never polls more than 23 during 90% of the race and is losing some states with 15% of the vote, and right now is losing the popular vote in the primaries by 1.5 million. That's before Florida even votes. It's conceivable that Bernie will lose this primary in the popular vote by more than 2 million votes. This is a primary, folks. So listen, it hurts, but we learn and gain nothing by just insisting they stole it from Bernie. No, the moderates got together, and because there's so many of them in the party,
there's many
they won.
Moderates.
Now this gets us to the next part of the analysis, and I want people to listen very closely here. Why didn't more people vote for Bernie Sanders? Why didn't Bernie get to more than 23%?
A lot of these lessons are applicable
until it was just
to us
him versus
as well,
Biden,
you know?
or at least fewer people.
Especially
One
regarding
piece
the age thing.
Is that Bernie's biggest support, age-wise, comes from 18 to 29-year-olds on a percentage basis. 18 to 29-year-olds aren't reliable voters, but that's too simplistic. That's true, but it's too simplistic. Bernie lost because of essentially three different issues. Number one, Bernie's policies aren't as popular as some of us on the progressive left like to believe. It sucks. I mean, it hurts to realize that. That's number one. Number two, the branding of Bernie's campaign was not good in the sense that while it was a great branding for the progressive left, for the bulk of the Democratic primary voters, it was not good branding. And number three, and you all know I've been covering this for years, Bernie has some very toxic people around him that a lot of voters are instantly repelled by. So let's go through these one by one. Let's start with policy. Okay, let's take Medicare. We often say Medicare for all is super popular in the United States. Everybody wants it. So it's obviously great for Bernie to outline it the way that he outlines it. So it is true. People overwhelmingly want Medicare for all as an option when it is worded in a particular way. But when you say to people, are you in favor of your private insurance no longer being an option and you having to have Medicare for all, support goes way down. Now, I'm
Yeah,
giving you
why
two
did they stick to that? I
opposing
don't
ways to
understand.
present it, and then we're going to get into the details.
Oh wait, no,
This is all
I know
based
why.
on polling from the Kaiser Family Foundation. They're very, very good on this. If you say to people, do you want a universal government plan available regardless of ability to pay, support is off the charts, 70, 75, 80%, very high support. If you say, should the government regulate the health insurance industry, the healthcare industry, support is very, very high. If you say to people, what if private insurance were abolished to make way for this? Support is 37%, okay? You aren't going to win a primary when your main policy that you were known for has only 37% support under some versions of it. It hurts. I wish this wasn't the case, but it is. When you say emergency care will be available to all and quickly under a Medicare for All program, but like in other countries, wait times for non-emergency procedures may increase unless you want to go to a private clinic and pay out of pocket. Popularity goes way down. So one part of this is that we on the left often assume people vote Biden over Bernie because they don't understand Bernie's plans, for example. And if they did, they would obviously vote for Bernie Sanders. The facts don't bear that out. It pains me to say it. The Democratic Party is way more conservative than we progressives like to think. That's problem number one, taking healthcare as an example. We could apply it to others.
Nah, what the hell?
Number two, second problem with Bernie's campaign. I've said this for years. This is not Monday morning quarterbacking. Go look at my videos. The framing of Bernie's campaign has been a problem. Why is Bernie calling himself a democratic socialist?
Yeah, why?
His campaign is a campaign of social democracy. Why call yourself something you aren't? And then when people bring it up, he says, well, I'm talking about democratic socialism like Denmark, not Venezuela. You're creating an optional problem. There is no reason to do this. And the rebuttals have been very lame. One rebuttal when I say this is, David, the right's going to call him a socialist either way, so he might as well call himself that. Why should he call himself that if it doesn't apply just because Republicans will call him that? That's not a good argument. And by the way, this is something that hurt him in the Democratic primary. The fact that Republicans are going to call him a socialist either way is different than the problem that he has in the Democratic primary. North Florida Democrats aren't that thrilled about voting for someone who calls themselves a democratic socialist. Missouri Democrats aren't that thrilled about voting for a democratic socialist. So it hurt him. The talk of revolution also hurt him. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. But the Democratic electorate didn't want it. And that's why Bernie has 30% of the primary vote so far. Lastly, Bernie had and has toxic people around him that a lot of Democratic voters simply want nothing to do with. I told you yesterday that Sunday night Bernie was introduced at a Michigan rally by this imam who suggested the conspiracy that ISIS is really controlled by Israel, playing this anti-Semitic trope of, you know, there are Jews, crafty Jews behind the scenes in the shadows, actually, the puppet masters of everything that you see. It's an anti-Semitic trope. The guy introduced Bernie Sunday night. There's a longer list of people. We don't need to go through it now. So this is the reality. I can't pretend like it's anything else because I would be dishonest. Now, people will be mad at me. Some of you will unsubscribe because I'm talking to you like adults about things as they are rather than things as I would wish them to be. You should see what was going on Twitter last night. I was getting destroyed, but I don't care, okay? The stakes are too high, and so I'm not going to play games here, and I'm just going to tell it like it is. I'm told that there are channels that will just keep telling you, here's how Bernie can still win. Here's how Bernie can still win. If that's what you want, if that will placate you for another few weeks or a month or whatever, that's available. That's not going to be this channel. If you want channels to tell you why you should feel good about not voting for Biden, even if it helps Donald Trump get reelected, you can find those. And that's the thing I'm going to talk about on the other side of the interview. What about this issue of to vote for Biden or not, the Bernie or bust component, blank votes, no votes, all of this stuff. We're going to deal with that later. In the meantime, though, for more on this, make sure you're following us on Instagram at David Pakman Show. Follow me at david.pakman while you are there as well. Check out the excellent YouTube channel we're partnering up with called Upflip. You can get there at davidpakman.com/upflip. The link is right underneath this video. Make sure you subscribe while you are there. Upflip is a YouTube channel that looks at entrepreneurship in a very interesting way. Their content looks at small businesses, what makes them successful. Each video, you get to meet a new entrepreneur, get a behind the scenes look at their daily grind, learn their philosophy, learn their business. As a business owner myself, as someone with an MBA, I love watching the content. There's a ton of really useful insight to come away with.
All right, well, that was pretty good. At least he was honest. But I do think, look, you know, that there's stuff that the Yang Gang can learn from Bernie's loss as well. One, we have like a lot of young people in our movement. And I don't think we did it as well with the older crowd as we should have. Laundry. Washer. CSC current. Hey, Eric. Welcome. Oh, you saw that? Oh, yeah, see? No, the black vote, once again. You underestimate the black vote in a Democratic primary, you're fucked, And he showed that once again. So, yeah, I thought it was a good video because he identifies as a progressive, but he was actually very, very honest, about what happened. So I can respect that. But yeah, we can learn a lot from Bernie's race this year. Because we have some similar problems as he did, right? Our support base tends to be very young, for one. Yeah, look, it wasn't because of a lack of trying, right? Yang really was trying really, really hard to pivot to the center and reaching out to the black vote at the same time, like the Dave Chappelle thing. That was a big deal, right? Yeah. No, it makes sense to be nice to Biden, honestly. I mean, he's not a bad guy, okay? I don't like it when people question his mental ability, I find that disrespectful. But if we're gonna attack him on his policies, attack him on his ideas, right? But it's like, oh no, he has dementia. I mean, no, they trust him. They trust Biden. They trust Biden, and I don't think a lot of people get that. They don't understand what trust is. Is he's been fighting for them for pretty much his whole career. He was a public defender, He was the guy defending the that black kid who was accused of murder, right? So that speaks a lot more than some half-ass, media campaign, right? It matters, it matters. So anyway, what does that mean for us, though, right? What do we need to do? I'm in management mode right now. You know, you can tell. I can show some of this stuff because it's not really. There's nothing private. There's no private info here yet. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you did a lot of outreach in that area, didn't you, Eric? Yeah. I mean, CJ is a great resource for that, you know. She really she really understands that community very well, you know. Oh yeah, because she is a black boomer, isn't she? She is a black boomer. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know CJ is 60? I'm like, wow. She doesn't look that old. I was surprised. Hey, Runty, welcome back. Yeah, no, I think we can do it. You know, we just didn't have enough time, man. You know, we tried to cram what Biden spent his last couple decades doing into 1 year, right? that was a little nuts to think that we could do that. But 4 years, I think that could happen. 4 years. I'm going on a school trip. Where to? Black don't crack like Asians don't raisin. Wait, what does that mean? Black Country Museum. Wow, that's weird. That's so on point. Okay, Runty, I need you to do a favor for us. I need you to go to the museum and come back with a report on how can we get Andrew Yang to win the black vote for 2024. Okay, that's the homework assignment. It's kind of a weird thing because you know, like Asians and the Asian community and okay, great. Thanks for winning us the election. Thanks for making Andrew Yang the next president. So all you gotta do is win the black vote in 3 easy steps. But yeah, like Asian community and the black community they never really interact much, you know. Like you know, like blacks and whites have a very like long, bitter history full of conflict, right? But I don't know. Aside from a few things here and there, the two communities don't really interact that much, at least in the United States. I feel like. Yoda. You put this on the FBI terror watch. Yeah, I got tired of the trolls. So yeah, no, I seriously did. You know, I got tired of the trolls, so I just accidentally submitted my link to the FBI. So, I don't know. They could be watching, or they could not be. Maybe Frank's on break right now, so he's not really paying attention, but who knows? How is that possible? Oh, it's easy, man. It's easy. Just go FBI terror watch list. Oh wait, nope, sorry. FBI internet. Alright, so just go to the Internet Crime Complaint Center. And, you know, you go to this really old, shitty website, probably made in the 80s, and then you file a complaint, and then you be like, hey, twitch.tv/YIMBYArts.com is full of Russian bots, so can you take a look? And then, I don't know, so easy, anyone can do it. What am I eating? Oh, I'm eating carrots. That's my snack. Biden did a good job being second to Obama. He did. Yeah, he wasn't bad, man. Like, seriously, you know. Like, I actually like Biden. It might be because I'm getting older, you know, and I'm like, nah, I don't, man. I'm just like looking at Pete, even though he's like pretty much the same age as I am. I'm like, man, Pete, such a kid. We made a satire manifesto. Want to see it? Sure. I'll watch it. I'll read it. Links are allowed for now, so you can post it. Okay. Okay. Wow. You have a Yoda theme going here. You hate carrots, but you like veggies. Okay, what veggies do you like? Okay. Should I start with the American one or the British one? The British one is better? Okay. Man, you're just like, you're really playing to my channel here. I talk about housing a lot. If you're homeless, get a house. Very simple. This is the reason why we would immediately abolish any schemes to help people get houses. We will also not give you any houses or anything related to that, you know. You're gonna make it harder for you, in fact. But just do it. Do it anyway. You know, if you are in poverty, get a better job. You know, don't be a lazy ass, you know, motherfucker. Right? Oh yeah. See, you know, I anticipated what you're about to say here. Any good banks? Oh man, the problem with manifestos is that okay, it's not that bad. It's not too long, but so okay, I'm gonna paraphrase it a bit. Any good banks or other charities which help people be lazy will be immediately made illegal. Okay. Yeah, we have to have a very strict criteria what good means, right? Good banks, good charities, and then we'll eliminate them once we find out where all the good ones are. We think that the United States healthcare system is going in the right direction. Okay. I see how it is, you Brits. Healthcare is a privilege, not a human right. Oh man, I like how it's just like totally, yeah, wow. You know, everybody's like, healthcare is a human right, you know, but is it? You know, is it? Maybe it should be a privilege, you know? I'm not saying, I'm not endorsing that point of view, but I just think, just consider all possible viewpoints. Children do not need education. What's it? Good in quotation marks. Okay. Climate change is not something. Okay, yeah, it's North Korea's fault. I agree. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for that. I'll take a quick look at the. Where's it? What does this have to do with Yoda, though? Why is Yoda in this? You're not a lazy. Wow, that's really short. Okay, I like this one better. Yeah, we're gonna change people in the House of Representatives at 435 to 420. Yeah, I agree with this completely. Actually, I mean, why not? It's so close. Just shave a few people off, and they're probably not even doing anything that important. So, just just 15 people. That's a. That'll be 70,000 members. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, it's in progress. I see. Yeah, might have to work on it a little bit. Oh, what's your climate policy like? I mean, aren't you gonna take care of North Korea? Isn't that the? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, okay. I appreciate your attention to detail. I'm paraphrasing. Come on. Oh, sorry, I missed that part. Yeah, man. Refrigeration. What a weird concept, huh? It's like you heat things up to cool things down. And at the end of the day, you're actually getting more heat than cooling. So you're actually making things hotter by making things cooler, you know what I mean? Oh, what? How does it? Okay. Yeah. If I let a spare cash, well, I don't have any cash. I gave all my money to Andrew Yang. But I may have some money in a little while. I just started a new job. You're actually looking at it. I'm working from home today, but yeah. So maybe in a couple months, man, I might have some money. Right now, I am broke as fuck. Hey, thanks for the follow. Yeah, well, good luck on your constitution building, you know. If you need help organizing stuff, you know, after you establish your military and parliament and shit, let me know. You know, might be able to help out with that. You're gonna scrap the Constitution? What? Yeah, see, this is the stuff, man. I'll be like, okay, well, we established a new country. Now what? Then you need people. You gotta hire people to run it, man. Can't just be like, oh, well, just do whatever we want. No, you gotta be like, hey, hey, you have to make sure that everyone's is keeping their, some people are they're gonna close their fridge, you know, and they're like, why am I doing this, you know? They're gonna close their fridge, and so you need people to make sure that they following the rules. And they're like, hey man, why is your fridge closed? I thought we told you we need to fight North Korea. You got some notes for people. Okay, good. See, good. You like thinking long term. We need more leaders like that. Dogs from the animal farm will kill them if they close their fridges. Okay, wow. That's very specific. Yeah, make sure you think about legal stuff too, okay? You know? I don't wanna make this boring, but like, okay, what if someone closes their fridges, right, illegally under the Constitution, but instead of getting killed by the dogs, what if someone gets killed by a giraffe? You know, is that okay, or is it like, okay, well, we'll have to get the courts to take a look. You know, I don't know, right? See, like, yeah, life is complicated. Okay, I'm gonna skip that. Giraffe shoving its heads up your ass. Okay, well, if that's one way to die, if that's one way to punish people for not following the rules, you're gonna have to write that in. It's a lot of work. Oh, 1 second here. Yeah. So it sounds painful. I think we're losing a lot of viewers because of our weird conversation here. So maybe we should talk about something else. Change the lock. You had 0 when I joined. Oh no, it's I'm multi-streaming, so I'm on several different platforms. I can show it to you actually. Yeah, it's a little odd, I guess. Yeah, hold on, give me a sec. Shoot. How do I log in? Okay, there we go. I don't know why, but the Brave browser basically destroyed all, like, it reset all my settings this morning. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so, you know, I'm basically in all of these places right now. You're the only one on Twitch right now, I think. But, I don't know, people come in kind of randomly, you know? Some of my friends come in from Facebook. D-Live, it doesn't seem to be working right now, but... How many in total? Not many. But it fluctuates a lot. Oh, see, like, now there's 4 people. I don't know where they came from, right? See? Before it was 0, now it's 4. Sometimes it's over 10. Sometimes. I think the most I've had was, like, maybe 30, 20, 30. But it's hard to say. Oh, I know what I need. Ongoing. Damn a... Oh, I don't know. I have a lot of weird, like... Yeah, you saw, right? I, like... See, there's a lot of... This one's like a Russian... student. It's like Facebook, but for Russian students. like you get out as many as you want, you know? I tried getting on here, and then I applied to it, but then they're like, no, Ryan, you're too crazy, Ryan. See, some of these I haven't even heard before. You know, some of these are like Chinese or like Korean live streaming sites. Like, this is new. What is Picardo? Hey, this sounds good to me. Let me connect right now. I can't sign in. Can I sign up? I guess not. No. Come on, let me sign up. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not good enough for you. Anyway, yeah, so it's kind of fun. You can just basically add this live stream anywhere. Can you put some music up? I do have some music. Is it too soft? I can turn it up a bit. Yeah, maybe too soft. Sometimes it gets too loud, so I have to be careful. Yeah, just some chill music. You know. Okay, good. Alright. Okay, yeah, this seems to be like the sweet spot, I think. Just, you know, nice ambient instrumental music, so it doesn't get in the way of talking, you know. So, I'm usually just kind of hanging out here. Sometimes I normally don't have an agenda. You know, some days are special because it's like it's Super Tuesday, but most of the time I'm just like hanging out here doing work. You know, there's not much. Hordes of starving monkeys. Oh, that's a good start. No audio? I guess not. Oh man, there's something pretty awesome about that. Monkey invasion. Oh man, it's like just like that movie. You know, the movie with the monkeys. They're like, hey, humans, you suck. We're better than you. We're taking over now. Oh fuck! What are they eating? What is that? What is that? Oh, did someone throw them like a bag of food or something? Damn. Okay, I don't know. I feel like I gotta use this footage for something. Oh yeah, I make videos here too, so if I get like a good video idea, you know, I might I don't know, like, yeah, I do everything live, okay? So I do everything live, literally. I could make a video right now, I'll be like, hey, coronavirus. Maybe I should, since you're here. Let's see. Coronavirus, Andrew Yang, monkeys. How do you put them all together? Attention, buy toilet paper. Okay, yeah, we're brainstorming right now, okay? So... Well, let's put the music back on until I have a specific idea. So, what's going on in politics right now? Joe Biden, coronavirus. Wait, what was the... Yeah. Buy food and bribe the monkeys. Yeah. Bribe the monkeys. Oh man, they're probably smart enough to understand what that is too. You know, they're like, okay, if I give you this banana, you'll leave me alone, right? Monkey person. The monkey would like look at you and be like, yep, Yeah, we have an understanding here. Okay. Okay, monkey friends. Leave this guy alone. Go steal food from that other house over there. Right? Oh, man. Monkey organization. They probably have a Trello board too, you know, just like this. Just be like, hey. You know? Collect bananas from client, you know? And the monkey project manager will be like, here, okay. Be like, okay. And the monkeys will be like, how often? Once a week. Collect 3 bananas. That's the deal. All right. Okay, I need to delete this, otherwise my boss would be like, "What the fuck is this?" You know. Okay. How do I delete? How do I delete this? Now your audio in the background. Okay. Yeah. It's a work in progress, man. Yeah. You know, creating a constitution from scratch is not easy. No, seriously, how do I get rid of this? Like, seriously. Like, am I not allowed to delete it? Oh, I might not be allowed to delete it because otherwise, you know, what if someone, oh, fuck. No, I understand why though. Like, you know, you don't want some random guy going into this board and be like, oops, I deleted that project, 5 months of work. All gone. Oh wait, there it is. Okay, there it is, delete. I saw. Okay, they hit it. Oh no, they know I'm strange. It's too late. It's too late for that. At least, you know, if you're gonna be weird, at least have a good sense of humor, you know, that's what I say. Is that an energy drink? Oh, this is my favorite drink, yerba mate. Yerba mate, sparkling cranberry. It's very good. It's like like I drink this instead of soda. It's much better for your health. Oh man. I used to drink like Pepsi and Mountain Dew and stuff when I was younger, but then, man, now when I drink that stuff, it makes me feel real bad. I don't know how I... Chocolate milk? Alright. Fair enough. Let's see, app folio, Kenmore, very healthy. Depends on the milk and depends on the chocolate. You know, not necessarily bad. Oh, you're a smoothie person. I used to be into smoothies. things change, I guess. Wait a minute, what is this? Double check contact information. Okay, no. Why not now? No reason. I guess, you know, life just changes. I used to cook a lot, but I don't cook anymore. I'm just like a super bachelor now. So I don't know. I don't have like a reason. Yeah. It's easier to cook when you're in a relationship, you know what I mean? Because you have someone to cook for or cook with. But yeah, after I broke up with my girlfriend, that was a while ago, you know, that was several years ago. So after that, I'm just like, whatever. Yeah, some single people do cook for themselves, though. You know, and that is true, but not that big a deal. You know, it's just stuff happens. Life changes. So I do eat out a lot these days, but can I delete this? Alright. It is expensive, yeah. It's fairly expensive because I live in LA too, and the cost of living here is very high. So, but the thing is, on the other hand, it's hard to cook for yourself because it's just like, you know, okay, you make a big meal, right? And unless you're cooking for guests, you just have a lot of leftovers, you know, and then you eat like. So I like making beef stew, for example. So I make that. I do cook like a big pot of beef stew, like once every few months maybe. But then I just have 1 week. I gotta eat the beef stew for a week. You know, it gets to be a bit much, you know. So that is the issue. Okay, I'm done with this. I'm done with the part. This board. Yeah, one fast food meal every 3 months. Wow. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, cooking is actually a good idea. You know, when you eat out, you're paying for the labor, right? So, and it's not cheap. Oh yeah, okay. Wow, I got a comment on this one already. You know, I can't afford it. Yeah, you're probably younger. It seems like I'm an old man, so I have some money. Not too much money, but I have some. Not too much though. Don't ask me for money, okay? But I have,
straight up lottery almost.
I have some. What we have right now is it's terrible in every way.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're. It's not left. It's not right. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It is like the housing thing, right? It's just like, wow. I look 25. Oh, do I? Yes, I look very young. But I'm actually 72. Supply and demand. You know, I've been through both parties are guilty. You know, I was there. I was there hanging out with FDR. No, I'm not. I had a lot of people. Yeah, people tell me I have a soul of an old. They call me an old soul, you know. So I talk like I'm 60, even though I look like I'm 25, you know. So I'm speaking, but I'm actually 38. So I ain't that young, man. You know, a lot of the Yang, a lot of the Yang Gang, they're, I'm old enough to remember the good old days of MySpace. Do you even know what Friendster is, Sonny? You know, and the AOL CDs. Do you even know what a CD is? I'm not talking about a crossdresser now. I'm talking about CDs. Oh man, so many things have changed. Oh man, I've seen them all. I've seen all. I remember days before. See, you don't even know what a CD is. That is crazy. AOL CD. A can deer. Yeah, it's. Yeah, kind of like. Yeah, you're close. Instead of deer. So just think of a CD as sort of like a can deer, but it's flat and it stores information instead of deer. You know? They're both round. So, you know what? I know you're joking, but no, even kids know what CD is, you know. But I don't know, man. Like a couple years from now, like I feel like they're not gonna know, you know. They'd be like, CD, what is that? It's like, oh yeah, I remember I seen one in the museum. Yeah, because nobody uses that anymore, you know. Oh yeah, those are called DVDs though, right? They're all DVDs now. What is it gonna do? You know, when we finally get 6G, you know, 6G is what's coming after 5G, but everything is just gonna be downloaded right into our brains. It's like the Matrix. I think that'd be pretty convenient, you know. Book launch. No wait, this goes here. Kind of similar. It is similar. That's, yeah. I don't know, I feel like there's gonna be a point where it's just kind of like, where it's gonna be just like, can you copy and paste your money? Not for this. I'm sorry. This is a semi-professional thing, so yeah, I might get in trouble for it, you know. I just started my new job. I don't want to get fired yet, okay? Ask me again in a couple months. Maybe I'll be like, please, get me fired. But right now, it's pretty good. Yeah. Book launch, mixtape. What else was there? Is that it? I don't know. Gotta go. Alright, thanks for coming by. Good luck on your manifesto. Yeah, I mean, I'm here. Well, I'm not here all the time, but I am here. It's nice and rainy. It's nice and rainy today. And there's all the coronavirus. So it's a nice day to just stay indoors and don't talk with anyone, you know, except in digital form. So it's probably what I'll be doing today. Actually, I'm gonna go out tonight. So, oh well, I'm gonna get the coronavirus. Whatever. What do you call this? Not a syllabus. Agenda. Roadmap. Hey, it's LD7. Am I reacting to stuff? I could. That's a thing, huh? You go be like, hey, react to this. I didn't know that. Alright, I'll click on it. Inappropriate in what kind of way? Let me check this off screen for a second. Okay, no. Not this kind of. This is not that kind of channel. Sorry. Yeah, I'm not really into them. I don't. I'm not too into the brutality stuff here, so. Yeah. This is a very boring, chill channel where we talk about how to do things properly, you know. Alright. Sounds weird. Feel it, man. Gotta feel it. We had a lot of former Trump supporters, and after
I mean, I'm guessing they're just gonna go back to Trump, right?
no, they're totally going back, and they're energized now.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, the Democratic Party needs to be destroyed. They're real pissed.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of that, but it's just
Maybe you should just. I mean, so do you like Bernie Sanders more than Trump?
no, because Bernie is, like, to be honest, he's the worst out of all the candidates at housing.
Oh.
He just-
Okay. So then
he
you
just-
should be canvassing for Trump then.
I'm kind of hoping that someone else takes. Okay, I hate to say this, but I kind of hoping that Joe Biden wins now.
Joe Biden.
hey, he did pretty good in the last debate, okay? And he's projected to win South Carolina. So
Right.
we were talking about this earlier, but it's like, okay, who has a chance of winning, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. People make fun of it, but it's like, okay, who has a chance of winning the nomination? It's the three old white dudes with a last name that starts with B. Bloomberg,
That's true.
Biden, and, well, I guess Sanders is not B, but the B's.
Yeah.
Ah, damn it. Alright. Gotta take. Oh man. Andrew's back on. Wow, he's gonna do the YouTube stuff again, huh? Yeah, we already know this. Don't need to rub it in.
Chris Hogan. Stock.
Let's see. Read and review. We're done. You are back. You are back. But I'm gonna leave. I gotta use the bathroom and do some errands.
Stock market. Roller
But I'll be
coaster.
back.
Some people aren't going, wee.
No.
It's scary.
Yeah,
Down, up, down, up, down. Today's down.
it is.
How should people be receiving this information?
Panic.
I think the first thing is we got to take a deep breath.
Everything's
and we
falling
gotta
apart.
realize That's what the market
No.
is supposed to do.
We're all
It's
gonna
gonna go up
die.
and down. And in reality, it is like a roller coaster. And we can say that, and I use that analogy a lot, but riding a roller coaster can get scary. So I think the best thing for people to do is to understand this is what it's going to do. But I want us to also realize we've been here before. If we take a look back at 9/11, we had a serious market because we had a serious situation going on. If you think back to 2009, that's when WHO, the World Health Organization, also called out the last pandemic, and it was swine flu. And so we've been there before. 2002 and
We've been
2003,
there
we dealt with
before.
SARS. The market ended 12% low, rallied, and ended up 19% higher than where it was in 2003. So we've seen this movie before. I want to caution
The movie
people out
sucks,
there from
though.
making knee-jerk reactions, pulling money out of the market. I do think it's important to talk to your investment professional. Look at how you're invested. That's why I don't promote single stocks. They're dangerous. They're volatile. But I think it's important to have that conversation, understand it's going to be okay and it's going to come back. And Karen, you said something earlier when we started and wanted me to, I just wanted to dive over here and give you a hug because you said you're still buying while it's doing all this because you're getting stuff on sale. And that's someone that understands the market.
Yes,
And so
that's
what
a good,
Karen is talking
that's a
about out
good
there
idea.
is that as the
Buy
price drops,
low,
as you
sell
continually
high.
consistently
Don't
invest,
do the opposite.
the price is
even though
low,
everyone
you're
does it.
scooping it up low, and as it comes back and grows, you're going to experience a gain.
Well, I dividend invest in stocks. So for me, I'm never looking at the day-to-day price.
That's right.
I'm looking at how much money, because my goal is when I retire, inspired, in a couple of years, I want to be able to have my dividends pay some bills.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, I study a bunch of stocks, check their earnings, check their dividend history over the last 10 years to
That's
see
right.
how they've been doing. And then I pick to see who pays out. Some pay quarterly, some pay annual, semi-annually, and then I have a couple of stocks that pay out every month.
Okay.
It's a lot smaller amount, but so that I can average X amount of dollars to cover when I want to travel, if we ever get to travel again, or
Right.
if I want to buy a new car, whatever.
That's right.
I have my monthly thing set up with my dividends.
Where you have your streams of income.
Right.
And see, that's another thing. And I want to tell everyone out there, the goal of your 401k and 403b, now hold on right there. There I go throwing out acronyms, and y'all
Numbers
are
and
looking at,
such.
you're on the treadmill right now, rolling your eyes or driving in your car going, there he is again, throwing out them fancy terms. Let me break it down for you. What is a 401k? If we were to go to the IRS tax code,
So
all the way to
boring.
section 401, item K, and pull it out and read the law, you know what it says? This is what 401k is defined as. Companies can allow their employees to save for retirement. That's all a 401k is. A 403b, nonprofits can allow their employees to save for retirement. So, my friends out there listening to the Karen Hunter Show, you know what a 401k and a 403b are right now. It's a way to save for the future. But it's also a way for you to provide yourself a paycheck later. See, you're putting money in there now for it to grow, so you can pull money out later. It becomes your paycheck. So it's really important for us to invest now and have a plan and understand how our money is invested. So we've got to have these conversations, Karen, and we got to get people to ask questions. It's okay to ask. We just have to understand.
You gonna take a nap? Yeah, I should do that too, honestly. I'm probably gonna go out tonight.
Welcome to the show.
Something. Let
Chris
me. Okay, I need.
Stock market.
Welcome to
I
the
have to
Chris,
go for a few minutes, so I'm gonna feel free to leave if you need to, but I'm just gonna play whatever this is.
The hottest show on radio. Raw and insightful interviews with movers, shakers, tastemakers, and experts. This is the Karen Hunter Show.
Welcome back to the most incredible show I've probably ever done here on the Karen Hunter Show, Sirius XM. It's called Race. I started with a notion that it's my dream that one day we would, as Martin Luther King said, deal with each other based on the content of our character, not based on the color of our skin. And my thing was, well, let's eliminate the boxes. Let's not check any more race boxes. Let's just define for ourselves who we are. Matter of fact, if you're black, check white if you want to. Let's just be contrarian. Like, that was really what I wanted to do. And as I'm listening to these stories, it's forcing me actually to take a beat and take a breath. I'm so glad that we had this panel. I never know where we're going because this literally is a reality show on the radio. But in listening to Salai and Kit and Sean in the break and Laura and Dr. Goodman share their views on this, it is really challenging me in ways that I didn't expect. Sean, your story, again, Sean King, activist, writer with the New York Daily News. It is baffling to me that people are so upset with you for wanting to identify with being black. It is the strangest thing. And I've gone on Twitter and fought like I came on like Donkey Kong on Twitter.
Yeah,
you know,
I see it.
I'm with swords. You know, I'm like Blanca from Street Fighter. I'm on there electrocuting people.
Right.
That shows you my background. But yeah, like it made me so angry that people are coming after you because you know. And my question is, so what if he is white? What difference does it make? Like it's so ridiculous to me.
Well, see, I agree and disagree with that. Like, I think if I was a white guy who was for some nefarious benefit trying to pretend, you know, for my own benefit or advancement, that would be weird. Like if that was my story.
So Rachel Dolezal is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I think
an
people. Yeah, I think people deserve answers. Like, I think there is a nuanced reflection on Rachel Dolezal that's way more complex than the memes. But what she did bothered me because I saw her weave in, like, she sued Howard University as a white woman because they discriminated, she said, against her because she didn't have opportunities there as a white woman. So I'm bothered by somebody who chooses to weave in and out in a way that I've never done. But at the same time, I think the attack on me and my race, I think it has something to do with race, but I think it has a lot more to do with the reality that people saw it as a way to delegitimize the work and the writing that I'm doing. Because it had never happened. Like, I've been
but
public.
why go there? I mean, it was the strangest thing to go there. You know, like,
well, it stuck. It was juicy, and it came, and it was a timing thing. Like, literally, what happened was it picked up momentum even in black communities and black circles where it all of a sudden went from being a really weird racist conspiracy theory to something that black folk were very interested in, that then CNN and then every news outlet in the country covered, because it was a new way for them to approach the Rachel Dolezal story. So if you look at on August 18th and 19th and 20th of last year, every story about me was about me being a new form of Rachel Dolezal, which boiled my blood to no end. And I'm still, at that time, I'm still doing the let me take the White House advice and say nothing. And then finally I just said, listen, I can't do this. This is going to ruin me. I'm going to be permanently attached to this ridiculous narrative. Let me then take the painful step and tell my whole story. At that point, by and large, for black folk and most progressive thinking people, they saw it and were pained that I took the step to share my story and then moved on. But the people who did not move on were the people who hated what I do, and for them, they see it as a way to make a mockery of me, and it's an easy way for them to discount what I'm saying.
And for those who aren't familiar with Sean King, what he's done, and the reason why I invited him to be a regular on the show, is to take the victims of police brutality and bring the human story. So when we see the young lady in a Texas classroom who's manhandled by a police officer, we get to hear who she was, not just this, miscreant child who had to be thrown across the room by a law enforcement officer, but we get to see her background because Sean does the work to tell the story of that young lady, of Tamir Rice, of Mike Brown. This is where because it's important. They're human beings.
Because here's the thing, I've actually been fairly well-known public figure many other times in my life. I've been well-known, but it was not until I was rocking the boat on this issue that people felt the need to find ways. When I was a public figure that was just doing charitable works, or in a lot of my charitable works primarily helped white folk. White folk at that point in time had no beef with me, had no real concerns about my race. They weren't talking about it until, as a profession, I began coming out and finding new ways to critique injustice in America. And so it has everything to do with that. But there is a peculiar obsession with race in America. And
What's
Well, I
that
find
thing?
it interesting.
Okay, I'm sorry.
What
You
Dr. Goodman said is that here it was really based on a complete fallacy. It was just all made up, but how we have taken it to heart. I mean, we've really, especially in America, we've taken it to be truly at our roots. It's really about black and white. And when you bring up race, it's always a heated discussion. It's always raises people's blood on one side or the other.
You said people were attacking you, Kit, for not being blacker.
Well, they
Why
attack-
don't you look like your mother?
Right. Why don't you look more like your mother? As if it was something I did, intentionally. Genetics, I can't help the way the genetics turned out. Good, bad, or indifferent.
So are those mostly black people who want you to be part of, like I said to you during the break, like, I want you to be a Black Power movement person, It's like, it's just me, right?
It would be cool.
It would be
cool
right?
if that
Because it
was
would
the
mess
case,
people up, right? But
But
that's
then
not
you'd
who
have
you
the
are.
people who attacking you, the same exact type of people. Those people come out and they'd be like, you can't do that. You
They
can't
would.
be that. You can't be forceful when you look the way that you do.
But this all comes down. I mean, we talk about true.
Not really much happening today. I might just close the stream. I mean, not much is happening anywhere because everything's getting shut down. What's going on Twitch? Token? What? Oh.
Will still be held this weekend, but organizers of the event have been struggling with a wave of cancellations and refund requests as a result of the coronavirus. Pound 2020, another event of the Smashbowl Tour.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. It's Little Sia. I'm a Twitch ambassador and I just hit 10,000 subscribers on Twitch. A lot of people tune in to see the emotes being used. Yay! I didn't have anyone to do my emotes and then I found Jinko.
Sometimes finding the perfect job can be difficult. As a designer, I'm always trying to up-level my work, and this was a great opportunity to do that.
I'm so lucky that Jinko and I connected because I really don't think I would have this type of success without him.
Great moments are the work of many.
WD Black. Fine-tuned for performance. Purpose-built for gaming to play without limits. Storage solutions with the capacity, speed,